Welcome back to Great Gadgets and Gear. Okay, here's the review on the Work Sharp Field Sharpener. I'm only going to go through some really quick specs because I don't know if my battery is going to last long for everything. So anyways, you can pick it up on Amazon for about 23 bucks. It's 6 3/4 long. It's 1 3/4 wide at the widest part, and it's 1 inch thick on this position. And it weighs 4.5 ounces. Okay. It's a great little tool to use out in the field. If you're not comfortable or you don't want to learn how to sharpen your knife like this and you want the easy way out, you can go to the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener for about 70 bucks, which is a belt driven one. Really simple. You hold the knife up against, there's like a little rail, and it sharpens it perfectly for you every single time. This takes there's a learning curve to this. This is probably my third time trying to use it, and not for very long, maybe 15 minutes at a time. I'm trying to test all kinds of products right now. But I wanted to play with this, and I wanted to kind of go over, because I'm a newbie at this, so I wanted to do it at the stage where maybe other people who are new to knife sharpening using something like this, so it might be a little easier for me to explain it versus somebody who's an expert at this. So anyways, what I found is, obviously I turned the ceramic part to the fine position. Now, unless I've really heavily damaged the blade, which I haven't on these particular knives. This is the M-Tech I just reviewed, and then I've got the Boker. The problem is, there is a difference in even though they're both 440 stainless, in the way they must have heated or treated or whatever the blades. This one is holding the edge way longer than this one, so we're going to sharpen this one today. Okay, so since I don't really have any big chunks taken out of it, or I haven't really been abusing this for too long, and I'll show you, I've been practicing here. You can see my ripped up magazine. It's tearing. It's not like razor sharp. And I've just been out there chopping wood with it, but it's tearing it instead of gliding through it really nice. You can't do it real slow. It's just not going to do it. Only if you're tearing it. So, anyways, what I would do is I would come in and I would just use the ceramic part, ceramic rod here, and this is at a 25-degree angle. There is this ramp here. Okay, and you put your knife here. The three most important things that you got to remember when you're using this, the first most important thing is to take your time when you're first starting out. If you rush through this, if you don't pay attention to the blade angles and stuff, you're going to keep ruining the edge on your knife. I learned that the first couple times I did it. I mean, I couldn't even get it to where it would cut through the paper at all. So you definitely want to take your time doing this. Again, the next thing is you want to make sure that you keep that angle perfect. You want to remember to hold on to that angle, and it's going to take some practice, because once you get off that little guide, your hand's going to want to move when you're going across the stone or the diamond or the ceramic. So you want to make sure to try to hold that angle the whole time. And the third thing I've learned is you have to count the strokes that you do on each side. If you do 3 this way, you got to do 3 this way. I end up usually doing anywhere from 5 to 10 on the ceramic, and then I usually, right now I'm doing, because I'm new, 10 strokes on the strop. Another thing that you want to be very careful of when you're first starting out with the strop, because you can see mine's a little rough already because I've cut into it. If you press too hard, you're going to cut into the leather, and you're going to ruin it. So the first few times that you do this, because it's going to be so new, try to work on holding the angle and just try to go across very slowly, very lightly. Do not press very hard. Just to get used to the angle. The angle is a really big thing. You've got to hold that angle no matter where you're working off of, whether you're working off of the diamond plate. You've got to keep that angle, and you've got to hold it the whole time you're going across. So hopefully I'm going to stay in frame here. I'm going to try doing it. The way I'm trying to learn how to do this is not by doing it on the counter. When I tried this, the feet aren't secure enough on ceramic tile on the counter. It's just sliding all over the place. So if you have a grippy surface, or if you put it, if you want to put it into a little vise where it's not going to move, this would be the best way to start out learning how to do it, because you have more control. You're using both your hands, where I'm not. I'm going to hold it in one hand. I'm going to get my angle, and then I'm going to slowly hold that angle and go across. So you want to make sure you count. I did 5, and you want to make sure you're holding that angle. Then you come to the other side, and you want to do 5 again. Again, try to hold that angle. Okay. Yep, got a little bit of a burr, a little bit of sharpness to it. So then I'm going to come to the strop, and I'm going to try to strop it. And this is relatively new. I've only... I think the stropping part for me is a lot harder to learn than going across the stone or the ceramic. Because, as you can see here, up that ramp, you have a nice ramp, and then it goes flat, and then you got to jump up for the leather strop because it's new. Okay, so you can see the difference there. So that takes a little getting used to, that jump up there. Because you got to try to hold that edge. You got to try to hold it so it's nice and flat. See how it's nice and flat against that ramp? And then you got to kind of jump up over that flat part and not change the angle in your hand. So again, I would hold it flat and then go across. Same thing on the other side. Definitely much better than what I was doing before. Again, this takes some practice. Sometimes it's a hit for me, sometimes it's a miss. It could be a little better than this, but I'm in the standing position again trying to do this for video. The best thing to do is be seated in the position so you can rest your arm against the counter to help with your strokes. Try to help keep everything nice and smooth. You're not jumping around because you're doing it in the air. And again, if you have a place where you can put this where it's not going to slide around, see, mine just slides around too much. Because when you first start, you're going to have the tendency to want to push down too hard when you're going across the diamond sharpener. And if you do, it's going to slide a little bit. Because you can see right here, there's a little gap here. See it right here? And then it closes up if I tighten it. See? So it kind of slides around a little bit. If you press too hard, it's going to slide around. And you can even have it pop up. I had it pop up to where it was kind of rocky on here. So you want to be careful when you're first starting out doing this. Again, keep it on the counter. That way you can use 2 hands, get your flat edge, and you can kind of help it along. See, I'm doing even the lightest bit of pressure and it's moving. So definitely want to make sure that this is secure if you're going to do it on a table-like setting. That's the way I suggest that you do it. But again, if you want to be stubborn like me, I want to learn how to do it while I'm holding it, because I'm not going to have the benefit of this out in the woods other than like a tree stump or something. I don't want to rely on that. But it's a great way to start out until you get the hang of it, the angle, how to get your arm to make that motion nice and smooth. Again, it's muscle memory. It really is. You know, because you watch some of the videos of these guys, man, and they're just stropping away, and this thing comes out. You know, they're shaving the hair off their arm. Let's see. I don't know if it'll. Nope, not that sharp yet. Can't shave the hair off my arm yet. I can shave my. Well, I got a little bit of hair. but they'll be stropping away really fast. So this is a really nice product. I'm really impressed with this product, especially for me being a newbie, because I've been trying to do it on whetstones, you know, the big hunks of stones that you get. I've been trying to do it for years, and I got fed up and I started cheating using those little black Smith's knife sharpeners. And actually the little black one is not nearly as good as the great big survival one, the yellow one. If you want to start out that way, using the ceramic portion on that one. I haven't had any problems with mine. Other people complain about them breaking or this, that, or whatever, but mine's worked great. I've been using it for a while until I decided to step it up. You know, you got to step it up. I have a lot of knives, and I use them for a lot of different reasons, and I don't want to have someone else sharpen them for me. And the little Smith ones will get a working edge, but you're never going to get razor sharp, and you're never going to get a really nice quality, you know, sharpness of your blade until you know, jump in. So do it, jump in. I mean, it's a great price for this. It's really lightweight. I mean, it's under 5 ounces, and it's $23. I mean, you know, compared to $70 for the belt one, which is really cool though, by the way. I should watch some videos on that one. That's the Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener. But the Feel one is really nice. I'm really liking this. It's kind of cool to try and figure this out, but you know, when I sit here by myself off camera and I'm doing it nice and slow, and I can get that nice whoosh, razor sharp edge. And you know, a tip too, the paper stuff, you know, copy paper, magazine paper, whatever, it's all great. But if you really want to see if you get a sharp knife, get tissue paper, like, you know, that you use for Christmas. Try and slice through stuff like that, or newspaper. I mean, then you're going to know if you got a really sharp edge. So there you go. I mean, it's a pretty quick, brief tutorial, I guess. But that's just been my experience with this sharpener. And once you get a handle on it, you're going to love it. It's great. I mean, it's well worth its money. Your knives are going to not only work better, they're going to be safer, because there's nothing like pushing a dull blade. I mean, you know, the chances of you injuring yourself go up, you know, 3 times. So a razor sharp blade, believe it or not, is way safer, as long as you're not cutting your finger with it, you know, because then, yeah, you're going to be in trouble. But definitely worth the investment. Check it out. Pick yourself up one. I'm going to continue to watch some of the more experienced videos to see their techniques and stuff, but this is key. Do not lose this. I mean, and it does help you quite a bit. I mean, read it, you know, check it out. It works great. It is very good instructions. I was really surprised, because sometimes you get instructions with products and they're really crappy, and this one was not. It's very detailed, and it's worded so it makes sense to you, and it's very easy to follow. So, and if you don't want to do this, then go watch some videos. Watch a bunch of videos on the guys who are way more experienced with this, and maybe they can give you a better tutorial. But that's what I got for you. So I hope it's helped you somewhat. If you have any questions or comments, or if you want to see something specifically with this, let me know, and I'll try to accomplish that for you. But again, I am not an expert at knife sharpening. This is a beginner doing this, and so I wanted to get this video out for other people who maybe aren't very experienced in knife sharpening. So I hope it helps. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying Great Gadgets and Gear. Stay tuned. I'm got a few more videos. I'm testing out a bunch of different products, some new products. There's my Gom Boy. I just got that. Got a Hydro Flask there, and I seen a video on this, and I really wanted to check out a bushcrafting knife and see how would this work for me. So I'm going to probably do a video on this after I played with it for a while. This again too, I was surprised. So many people say they get their knives razor sharp. I mean, I've had a couple of knives come razor sharp. This was not one of them. This one again, I played with this before I did the video on the Work Sharp. And oh my god, I couldn't believe it. Maybe because it's a bigger knife. It was way easy to sharpen this one and get it up to par than it is this little knife. But again, blade quality too. The blade quality on this is not so good. Let's see. I mean, there you go. This one, all I did to this one was strop it. So I was practicing my stropping because that part I really suck at. But I mean, no problems. This thing is just razor sharp. I'm really highly recommend this. Oops. Now it's clogging up on me, but I totally highly recommend this work sharpener. You will get the handle of it. The first few times you're going to be frustrated as heck because you're going to mess up. You're going to go too fast, you're going to lose count, you're not going to hold that angle, and you're going to screw it up. So I would suggest to you when you first start out with this that you start out with a cheaper quality knife that you're not worried about if you screw it up. I wouldn't start out with, this is not a very expensive knife, but it's a nice knife. But I would definitely start out on a cheaper knife that you're not worried about screwing up with before you move up into your more quality steels. Alright, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you at the next video.